Hey you! Yeah, you! Come here! Papa's about to blow your mind with a literary masterpiece. I'm gonna tell you a story so damn vivid, you're actually gonna think you're part of it. You're gonna be feeling all the feels. And when I use my beautiful mouth to paint this Picasso of a word picture in your mind, you're gonna thank me. You're gonna thank me for allowing you into this world. And then you're gonna hate me. Oh, you're gonna hate me! Because when you get used to the cute dating simulator type anime girl things, it's gonna be flipped on its head and it's gonna spook the hell out of you. Buckle yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen, because this is gonna be one hell of a wild ride. I don't like horror games. Why am I playing this? Hey everyone, Razzbowski here and welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club. And oh baby, this cute anime style game, which starts out as a dating simulator, actually has a very, very dark side to it. A horrific side that will change your life forever. To be honest, I like myself a good dating simulator. I mean, who doesn't like to practice their moves before going out to the bars? And I like myself a good horror. I like something that really fills my pants with brown juice. Brown juice? But combining them both together in the same game sounds like an absolute recipe for disaster. But at the end of the day, yeah, boys, hyped as hell. Guys, if you're hyped as well, then please hit that like button. It really, really is appreciated. Let's shoot for 2,000 beautiful likes. And you already know the deal, ladies and gentlemen. 2,000 beautiful likes if you would like this series to continue. Apparently, it starts off a little slowly, but it is well worth the wait. Please join me on this fantastically spoopy journey. I can't do it alone. And if you're extra special spicy hype for today's video, then in the comment section below, type #Doki. And we'll dive straight in, baby. Woo! This girl here is looking awfully suspicious. The way that she is bending forward and her skirt is moving up the back, it kind of suggests to me that she has just flatulated. Well, the music's awfully lovely, isn't it? That's kind of like my new jam. Okay, new game. Please enter your name. This is a very important part of the game, so we need to take this extra seriously. DJ Moist. I need to fit in with the cool hip kids, so we're going to be called DJ Moist. That's definitely not going to be inappropriate, and I'm definitely not going to regret that one later on. Hey! Okay, so who's this going to be? We got ourselves a beautiful surrounding. We got everybody's neighborhood. We got maybe a bike shed over here. I'm not 100% certain. Let's have a look. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Hate those girls. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and a good friend since we were children. Okay, so we've got the solid foundation for a friendship/relationship on the go there. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. So he doesn't really like her. They're just acquaintances because they live next door to each other. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up, always waiting around for those girls. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up with me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. DJ Moist. Oh, I knew it. I knew I was going to regret it. But it's hilarious, right? Memes? Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You were saying that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, DJ Moist. It's gonna get old real fast. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean if you wanted to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to our school. I think he does like her. I think DJ Moist does have a secret soft spot for her. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, DJ Moist, have you decided on a club to join yet? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Hey, that's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. My boy, if I get to spend his spare time on games and anime, just do what I do, buddy, and do them at the same time. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What the hell is a NEET? Don't make me keep worrying about you. All right. I'll look at it for a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess. I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Okay, perfect, okay. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out the classroom, but I saw you were just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, no, what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. Okay, let's go and see this literature club where all hell breaks loose. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Well, of course, it's a cupcake, big dog. You get a snack down. If you see a snack, you're gonna take a snack, you know what I'm saying? Just like a booty. I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone! The new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member! I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you.
Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere.
DJ Moist, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. There were 3 girls standing in front of me, and I have no idea what to do with myself. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who makes the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear and then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature, you say. DJ Moist, get your eyes on the face. Please, buddy. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, DJ Moist. Monica smiles sweetly and somehow bends forward at the same time. Fair enough. If that's what you want to do, girl. We do know each other. Well, we really talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in that class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, DJ Moist. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes.
Hey, I made them. I'll get them.
Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about we make some tea as well? Yes, some tea would be fantastic. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one more space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Don't make me pick. I don't want to pick, thank you very much. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da!
Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Well, you know, just hurry and take one.
Sayori grabs the first one, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get the icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking at the best angle to take a bite. Why would you do that? Just dig in, son. Just get your juicy, moist DJ mouth around that cupcake. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but noticing her sneaking glances in my direction. She's waiting for me to take a bite. I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
made them for you or anything.
I thought you technically did. Sayori said,
Well, maybe, but not for, you, dummy.
All right. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I can enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me that I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seems really happy here, so... it's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could have probably been a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Oh, is she holding her hand down there? Hello, this is about to get spicy. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. Could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We will do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to just find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, DJ Moist, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read in the past few years, I really don't have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad face. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of a teacup with a finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of her own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grabbed something I can relate to at minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. If someone as gentle as you...
I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
I hate horror.
Oh, why's that?
Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind.
That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called
Don't Say It Out Loud. And give me that back.
Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we all meet, we'll share them with each other. That way, everyone is even.
Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little bit more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, DJ Moist? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Oh, hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back on the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join the club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... DJ Moist, you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right, okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed.
Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting and go on a good note. Everyone remember today's assignment. Write a poem and bring it to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. DJ Moist, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat and as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, DJ Moist, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! Okay, brilliant. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls, Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. What a lovely bunch of girls! Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Yeah, buddy, you gotta go ahead and write that damn poem. Okay, it's time to write a poem. Pick the words you think of your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes the poem the most. Okay, fair enough. Okay, oh, Jiminy Christmas. Okay. So we need to go ahead and write a climax. That's what I want, climax. Swimsuit. Okay, so they jump up when it's their word. Okay. I kind of want Yuri. So Yuri would go for Starscape, yes? Okay, I was right. Okay, so we want, fantasy. She likes, I thought she would have liked fantasy. Eternity, bliss, destiny? Yes, she likes destiny. Melancholy, happiness, prayer, tears, sweet, lust. Oh, she loves lust. Oh, we're in. Landscape. Oh, we're doing this. We're doing this. Landscape, we want unending. Oh, we got this. We got this in the bag. Journey. We got this in the bag. We know her. We know her inside out. And the final one, pleasure. Oh, this is it. She loves pleasure and lust. I think the other one was lust. Hi again, DJ Moist. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Don't worry, I'm just trying to mac on the girls. Don't worry about a thing. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, DJ Moist. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. She ratted me out. Sayori, we're meant to be friends. We're meant to be amigos. We're meant to be hand in hand like brother and sister. And you ratted me out. Anyone would think that you were trying to get me for yourself. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Now, Suki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps our manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. DJ Moist always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. It's so... you two really are good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and DJ Moist can be good friends too? Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal, but it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess it means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. All right. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted to. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she is waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet, looking for her manga. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap! I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. So sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her feel uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
The Illuminati!
All right. I just wanted to make sure that I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with a long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, DJ Moist? No. It's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah. I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from strange new perspectives. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made out to be the naive ones for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost any interest or anything. Well, I guess it's all right then. But I feel I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please, stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get to the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. All right, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Oh, smooth moves, my boy. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Oh, all right. I open up the book and start the prologue. By the way, my man is pretty smooth for somebody that doesn't know what they're doing with the ladies. He's literally just gone in there, he's joined a literature club, and he's already sitting next to a girl and reading beside her. I mean, talk about getting the police involved, because this is bordering on harassment. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then I hold my book more between the two of them. Whoa, my man's a diggity dog. Look at him sharing his book between him and then Yuri. It's pretty very sweet. He's very caring, and he's definitely picking up on all of the right hints if he wants to get together with this girl, because he's doing everything absolutely expertly. I even in my vast 30 years, I would never have done this.
The guy's smoother than I am.
I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Not the shoulders, that's too raunchy for YouTube. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand and hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh, hello! Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you're being so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finishing the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb's gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Oh, look at her. Yuri remains silent for a moment, but DG Moist, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know that you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Oh, okay, everyone. Clam jammed. You got clam jammed, Yuri. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that all right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. She's down because she got clam jammed. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. All right. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer if I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. All right. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and I slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Okay, what kind of masterpiece have we got? Who should I show my poem to first? Yuri, of course. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. And she'll appreciate the fact that I'm going to her first. Okay, as Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that aloud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. She's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imaginary metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces a finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the first reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think that the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Oh, of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different writing skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay. Ghost under the light. She's got beautiful handwriting, I must say that.
The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calmly breathing the air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
Did you just flash the light? I'm not sure that's appropriate. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. I actually think your handwriting is beautiful. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Yeah, I'm not used to reading. I'm used to looking at manga. Well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, DJ Moist. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, DJ Moist. Me too. Stop calling me DJ Moist. It's ridiculous. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna leave this episode off here. If you did enjoy today's video, then please hit that like button. It really is appreciated. This is definitely a slow burner of a story. We're getting to know the characters very slowly. We're getting to know the ins and outs of them and everything like that. But I think it's gonna be good. All the Steam reviews say it's good. Everybody that's recommended this game to me says it starts off slow. Persevere through it, go through it, get to know the characters, and it makes the story so much better. So I'm gonna be doing that. guys, if you want to see more of this on the channel, then please hit that like button and let me know down in the comment section below. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, put hashtag Yuri down in the comment section below, because she's the best girl so far. That's my opinion. I just adore the way she is portrayed, and the other girls are fantastic as well. Each of them got their own strong personalities, and I cannot wait to see where this story goes. No spoilers in the comment section below, please, because again, on Steam it said you gotta experience the whole damn thing yourself, and I'm very excited. Either way, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I've been Razzbowski, you've been the beautiful Raspberries, as always, for watching, and I love each and every single one of you. Goodbye!